Hello everyone, and today I'm going to be showing you how to replace the CPU of the Dell Optiplex 390. Let's get started. First, you want to make sure that the lock is unlocked right here so you can see through these two holes. Perfect. All you want to do is latch up on this, pull it up all the way, move it out, and put it onto the side. Now, next thing is you want to remove the remove the SATA port, and then the CD-ROM power connector. There we go. Now and then right here, you're gonna want to unlock it by pushing this way. Now before you try and take it out, remember that you have to take the front panel off right here. That's what you do. You see these three latches right here. You just take it off. 1, 2, 3. You set that aside. Now let's take this out real quick. Now what you want to do is just lift it up, and then you see these pegs right here. You want to kind of slide it out. And then you also just set this aside too. Now, what you want to do is, I like to remove the RAM. Also, just set this aside so that we can take the CPU fan connector out. There's gonna be a lock. It's gonna be on the left side. You're gonna want to push that in. Then it might take some strength, but sometimes this model is a 2012 model. You kind of maybe want to wiggle it out. There we go. See what I'm talking about? The lock right here. You want to push this in right here. Perfect. Now what you want to do is set this aside. You want to unscrew it from 1, 2, 3, 4. I like to count 5 seconds for each screw. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. Now we do the second one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that clicking noise is perfectly normal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now for the fourth one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now again, just keep doing that until you hear it like click hard. Like, just listen. That's what I'm talking about. And now for the second one. Perfect. Now for the third one. There we go. Now for the fourth one. Good. Now, just slide it right out. There's the crusty thermal paste. Here's the thermal paste on here. Here's thermal paste on here too. So first, I just like to set the CPU cooler down on a flat surface like this with the thermal paste up. We'll clean the thermal paste off later. But first, let's clean the CPU thermal paste off using a Q-tips, paper towels, or a cotton swab. Actually, this is a cotton swab. Cotton swabs, Q-tips, paper towels, or cotton balls. That's what I was talking about. So first, you kind of want to, and then once you get all dirty like that, you want to use the other side. And then just throw it into the trash can if you have one nearby. And if you don't, just set it to the side and clean it off the desk later. Now you may want to use another one to fully get it off. Perfect. Now the Dell Optiplex 390 is going to be a an i3-2120. So what you're gonna want to do is unlatch it like this, and I usually try to grab it by these two ends right here. Perfect. Now this is the LGA1155 socket, which was launched in 2011, I'm pretty sure. Alright, so now what you want to do is grab a new CPU, or you don't even have to grab a new CPU, you can just replace it with the new one. That made no sense whatsoever. Okay, so what you're going to do is, what I like to do is this peg right here. Oh, first of all, make sure to never mess with the capacitors and VRMs, because they can explode and kill you if you mess with them, especially with older computers. Now, what I like to do is with this peg right here, I like to line it up like this and then drop it in. Then I like to just make sure that it doesn't wiggle too much. Perfect. Now you can like set it down like this and then latch it. Oopsies. Or you can just take it by the handle. And you notice that it's not going to latch because the screw is holding it on. So what you can do is pull it back until it falls down and then latch it. Perfect. Now, what I like to do, actually, now you have to remove the CPU cooler thermal paste. Now, this is a Foxconn CPU cooler, and I've actually never seen a CPU cooler style like this before. Now, I know all of this isn't removed fully, but that's because I replaced the thermal paste a few days ago, and all this outside is just really crusty from like 10 plus years ago. So, now what you're going to want to do is grab a tube of thermal paste like this, and then put it on like this. Now that's perfect. Now cap your thermal paste tube. And then you're going to want to put the CPU cooler on now. There's going to be, let me try and show you guys. There's going to be 2 slots. So do you notice that it's just a square mesh? Well, in between those at the very top, there's going to be 2 bigger rectangles about right here and right here. Now what you're going to do is you're gonna want to line it up with these 2 right here. Make sure that the CPU cooler, make sure the fan is blowing outward. Now line it up. And then make sure that all the screws are lined up. Now what you want to do is go to the same pattern that we did to unscrew it. 1, 2, 3, 4. And same thing, I like to just screw it down until 5 seconds. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. Now for number 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now for number 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now for number 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now that scratching noise is perfectly normal for older screws like this. Now what I like to do is I like to just count from 5 again, or count from 1 to 5 again. And if they don't tighten, that's fine. We're just gonna move on to the next one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See, it didn't tighten. And we stopped at 5. Now I'll move to the next one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Next one. 1. Oh, didn't start spinning. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now for number 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, now you just keep screwing it until it doesn't move anymore. See? It won't budge anymore. It stopped right here. Now for number 2. Same thing happened. Won't screw anymore. Now for number 3. Number 3 is already screwed in all the way. Now number 4, perfect. Now what you want to do is you're going to want to line the lock up. Line the lock up with this right here. Perfect. Push it until you hear a click. Like that. Now what I like to do next is insert the RAM. This is going to be DDR3 4 gigabytes. Also make sure you have it in slot 1, not slot 2. Push it in until you hear a click. Good, make sure it won't come out. Perfect. Now, I like to cable manage a little bit. Make sure that this make sure that the CPU voltage connector is right here. And I like to maybe run it under the cooler. And I like to also put it right here too. Perfect. Now this big screw is supposed to be right here for a reason. I'll show you why in a second. Here's why. Because what you want to do is you're going to line the holes up with these right here. Like this. There you go. Now you're going to want to push it in. Now this screw, that big screw is the lock. Actually, sometimes, there we go. Sometimes you just want to push it on this side. Perfect. So now, what I like to do is I like to insert the power first. And then the SATA cable. Perfect. Good. Alright, good job everybody. Now it's time to put this back on. So what you want to do. Oh, wait, hold on. I'm sorry. Don't do that yet. I forgot the front panel. So perfect. So now you're just okay, hold on. Now you're just gonna wanna now with all these Dell Optiplexes 390s, there's going to be little latches right here. You're going to want to line them up with these right here. Perfect. Good. Now we can put the front panel on. Now I just want to do is just push it in. Just like that. There you go. You've replaced your CPU. Now, thank you guys for watching. Hope you all like, subscribe, click the notification bell. See you in a new video. Bye.